We are live 364 days a year.
What are we doing here?
If Dom turns at SummerSlam, I'm shaving my moustache off. I've told you, if that happens, it's going. My lip is cold because of a stupid bet that I made with YouTube.
Oh, good.
Wrestle's better than Daniel Bryan Daniels. Better than Okada.
How do you not get sushi after Monday Night Raw?
Good evening from Swansea, South Wales, wrestling fans. I'm your host, Ben Allison, and today we are going to be discussing ranking our top 10 pro wrestlers from a purely kayfabe perspective. That means in-ring ability means nothing. Match quality means nothing. All that matters is wins and losses. The question is, how do you rate each title? How do you rate each promotion compared to the other one? Well, it's up to our competitors. There's no rules when it comes to that. Joining me today, firstly, just outside LA. Don't say it is LA or he won't be happy. How are you, Clark Taylor?
I'm doing well, and I will say, don't tell me the rules. I have a team of people that have developed a formula of statistics that back my list 100%. My list is perfect. It's the definitive list. It's the definitive rankings inside of kayfabe in professional wrestling. I want you to know that.
This sounds like your list is going to be absolutely dreadful, Clark, just by the way you've delivered that.
You're going to love it until you hate it at the end.
Brilliant. Not looking forward to this. But also joining us today, we have over in the DMV, Shad. How are you?
What it do, fellas? It is your boy Shad Talks Graps, and I am back for a Sunday Fun Day. You know I could not miss a pound for pound top 10 ranking list, and I can't wait to make everybody, and I mean everybody in our followers, completely mad at me like I always do.
They can never, right? The Instagram comments, no matter what, will never understand what this is. I've tried to explain it in so many different ways, but people still can't get their heads around that it's just kayfabe. It is absolutely ridiculous, but we're going to be doing it anyway, right? And the way it works is really, really simple. There's 10 picks. Each of us have our own pick. So our own lists, basically. And we go down from 10 all the way to 1. And like I said, it's all in kayfabe. I'm going to kick us off in at number 10 with a new entry on my list for November. And that new entry is Jade Cargill. She is somebody who, of course, just won the WWE Women's Championship. She has been massively dominant on the main roster. The only reason she isn't entering on this list a little bit higher is purely because she did lose to Tiffy not once but twice before winning the belt. So right now, despite the fact she's won a massively prestigious title, in my eyes, the top title in women's wrestling, I still can't put her any higher than this just because her run as of late, it's not been anything too special, I would say. But Clark, I want to get your take.
I've also got a new entry here at number 10, and that's Dirty Dom Mysterio. He arguably deserved to be on this list last time. He was the last one left on the cutting room floor. He's no longer on the cutting room floor. He's at number 10 for me, and I think it's been a heck of a year for Dom. It's going to be a better year because we're going to San Diego, his hometown, for Survivor Series. So he won't be at 10 for long. I see him shooting up this list in the future.
Very interesting, and I'm sure that's a name we are going to hear more throughout the show as well, the current Intercontinental Champion. But Shad, who is your first pick in at number 10?
All right, fellas, walk with me real quick because we have to talk about title lineage. We got to talk about the strongest division, and that is the NXT Women's Division. And that title means a whole lot because for the last few years, that has been where the best women wrestle. That is where we've had some of the best women's champions, Roxanne, Stephanie Vaquer, and the last champion that we had, Miss JC Jane, who was a double champ. I'm not picking JC Jane. I am picking the woman that defeated JC Jane. I am picking the best women's champion in NXT currently and the best women's wrestler in NXT. I am picking Tatum Paxley.
I'm going to be honest, that is a wild shout. I mean, she's somebody who hasn't won a match except for that women's championship in like a year.
Just another Tatum Tuesday.
She won the one that matters, brother. The one that matters the most.
She won the big
I mean,
one.
you're not wrong there.
She won a
You're not
battle
wrong
royal
there.
to get to it. She beat all those
That's
losses
true.
equate to nothing because she beat all those women that beat her in a battle royal.
She earned it.
Controversial. I am going to have to disagree on it personally, but there we have it. A new entry, Tatum Paxley, the NXT Women's Champion. I'm going to kick us off next with another new entry on my list and another new champion. But this time, it is the person who beat number 8 on the list last time, and that is Ilya Dragunov. Of course, he defeated Sami Zayn to win the United States Championship a few weeks ago, and since then has continued the Open Title Challenge. Sorry, the Open Title Challenge? Is that
Yeah.
right?
Yeah,
Oh,
the,
it is
the
right.
Open
Sounded
Challenge.
wrong.
The Open
Challenge
Challenge
for the title.
for the
Yeah.
title, I guess, would be grammatically correct.
Yeah, that's probably more grammatically correct there. But Ilya Dragunov, he's been having banger after banger, and yes, match quality doesn't matter. Yes, the opponents who he has beaten aren't necessarily that high up when it comes to, the internal rankings on the roster. But even still, he has had defenses, and he was the one who beat Sami Zayn to win it. So you have to mention him, in my opinion. But Clark, in your opinion, who's next on your list?
In the exact same spot as last time, I've got the AEW Women's World Champion, Chris Statlander. She's had a heck of a year. She's been awesome. But since we made this list last time, there hasn't been much but story build and whatnot. So she remains on the list, but remains at number 9.
Fair enough. I will quickly say, guys, what do you think should be the symbol on this graphic for somebody who's a non-mover?
Like
Should it be
stay? Or just
NM?
or even
Right.
like a dash.
Dash. Okay.
Just a dash.
There we
It'd be
are.
an up,
Yeah.
like an up arrow for up, down arrow for, and then the little dash for the
Yeah.
stay there.
Yeah.
Yeah, there we have it. Well, Chris Statlander is staying exactly where she was last month when we did this. But Shad, who is your pick in at number 9?
So, Ben, I'm glad that you prefaced that match quality doesn't always matter on these lists, because if it was off of match quality, he would probably be number 1. But he still has to make the top 10 list. This is a guy who has had 2 titles, is a tag team champion, and is also a singles champion. And honestly, he is maybe the unsung hero in AEW and the Ring of Honor, and that is Bandito. I am going to put him at number 9. And like I said, just match quality, like we mentioned, it doesn't make you the most dominant. But if we were talking about pure in-ring wrestlers, he would be way higher. So those, don't get mad at me about it, but I got him at 9.
Do you know what, Shad? I think that is very, very fair indeed. I mean, at the end of the day, he is somebody, like you said, currently holds 2 championships, both in the singles division and in the tag team division. And like you said, in-ring doesn't matter. But if it did, he could be at number 1. In a lot of people's eyes, he might be Wrestler of the Year.
For sure. Yeah, no, it's a completely different conversation, obviously. And, like you mentioned, he's got the losses puts him a little bit down for me. Losing to someone like Okada in a match and whatnot, those matter. But like you mentioned, I don't know, it's so much to weigh in for him, because being a double champ, I can't not have him on the list. So we're gonna put him.
That loss is exactly why he's not on my list, to be honest with you. But if I had an 11th place, he might just be there. But up next, my 8th place is somebody who is moving up 1 place from last time, and that is the World Women's Champion, Stephanie Vaquer. And the only reason she's not gone up higher is because, well, she hasn't really done much with the title. She's had 1 defense since we last spoke, but she's been carrying it. She's, been holding it for more days, I guess. Not much justification, but like I said about the WWE Women's Championship, it is a prestigious title, and that does mean something. So for me, I do think she has to be an 8th. But Clark, who is your next pick?
At number 8, I have the WWE champion, the American Nightmare, Cody Rhodes, down 2 spots from last time. At number 8, obviously the win against Drew McIntyre doesn't count because he cheated. So there's controversy there. The Athletic Commission is going to have to review that one. Maybe he'd be higher on the list had he had a clean win in the time since we made the list last time. But down 2 spots, Cody Rhodes at 8.
Clark, honestly, I really can't be having this. He holds the top prize in sports, right? And I had a go at you last time for putting him at 6.
You already wrote
Putting
it down.
him at 8 is a joke.
You
That
already
is
wrote
a
it down.
joke.
Look at the comments section. I mean, is it a joke? Doesn't seem like a joke anymore.
Fernando agrees. I
The
don't agree, though.
Alcoholics know.
That's the top comment. That's the
8
top
is
comment. That's the top
crazy. I
champion.
ain't gonna lie.
That is the
Number
top
8.
champion. He defeated the Never Seen 17. He's had 1 loss in 2.5 years. Sorry, he's had 2 losses
But you can't
in 3 years.
He
No,
just had a
3
no
losses in 3
contest
years.
against. He just
Brock
had a no
Lesnar,
contest against Drew
Roman
McIntyre.
Reigns, and John Cena. The 3 losses in 3 years.
Well, and then the Drew McIntyre match doesn't count because it was a no contest. It's kind of like Aspinall
doesn't count.
falling in. It's like Tom Aspinall falling in the pound for pound rankings because it was a no contest. With the eye poke.
Well, you can't fall in the rankings so you got poked in the eye. That's
Yeah.
not fair. In the
Yes.
same way that it's not fair.
That's exactly what happened.
6 was ludicrous to begin with.
No, Ludacris is a rapper. He was in the Fast and the Furious movies.
Brilliant. Great. They are good films. But in at number 8, who do you have, Shad?
Oh man, that is funny. At number 8, I have our women's intercontinental champion, Miss Becky Lynch. And a lot of this is just off of the stain of how incredible she is. I think she's done a phenomenal job as IC champion. Has retained the title for the longest time. Reason I have her a bit lower, she's got a couple wonky matches versus somebody that would be nowhere near this list, in my opinion, in Maxine Dupree. And that's no knock on Maxine Dupree. But, it's one of those situations like when you are one of the best teams in the league and you lose to a really bad team, or you kind of take a pretty bad team to the, they take you to the wire. I gotta knock you down a little bit. So I'm gonna put Becky respectfully at number 8. She's better than most people on this list, if not everybody on this list, but she can't be that high right now. So I got Missed Man.
Honestly, Shad, I think that is an excellent point because you are right. Those Maxine Dupree matches, if it wasn't for those 2 losses, let's call them what they are, losses, then she'd be probably one of the most dominant champions right now. Clark had her at number 1 last time. I think that was a little bit ludicrous, not the rapper, but even still, now she has lost a couple of matches, and that is exactly why, Shad, she is my number 7 because Becky Lynch, right? I was going to put her higher until I remembered about the Maxine stuff. But I also can't spell apparently today. But she's a non-mover for me on my list at the end because, Maxine Dupree, 2 losses, and Maxine Dupree isn't a top-of-the-card competitor. She is the lowest of the low on Monday Night Raw from a kayfabe perspective. And I love Maxine. That's not saying anything about her. But just from a kayfabe perspective, she was rock bottom. She was a jobber. She was there just to be a cheerleader for Alpha Academy. And she beat Becky Lynch twice. Elevated the stock of Maxine Dupree, but definitely slightly hurt the stock of Becky Lynch. But ultimately, Becky is still the Intercontinental Champion. So for that reason, she is going to be at number 7 on my list. But Clark, who are you going to take?
Ironically, I've also got a non-mover from the WWE Women's Division on my list here. I've got Stephanie Vauquer. Like you mentioned earlier when you had her on your list at 8, it's been a great year. She's carried the belt great, but just not a ton of defenses since last time we made the list. I still think she deserves a spot on this list, no question. Vauquer has had an excellent year, and number 7 seems comfortable for me, if that makes sense.
Yeah, we're all on the same page about that, I do think. And Atomic Merp, Mary is saying that she had Becky Lynch at number 1, 2 last time.
She's number 1 in my heart. Like I got her. Where the book at? My camera's not angled to it. You can't probably see it. My book is over there, and it's all love over here, man. But the committee can't be biased. The committee cannot be biased. We work hard on these rankings. I talked to my son and my 2 cats, and we really, really were going down to the wire on how we were going to get these rankings. And Kyrie told me that if you're not going to have Kyrie Sane on the list, Becky can't be in the top 5. And I was like, you're right.
It's a good point. Very, very good logic from your cat,
list.
Kyrie.
Yeah.
Pity, but fair enough. Numero 1 says, let number 7 be Young Bucks. I want them to keep winning those millions of dollars, then just lose it, only to once again compete for yet another money match. The gimmick is hilarious. I am enjoying it. DCX Warlord says Trick Williams is going to be on this list. We'll have to wait and see. But Shad,
hold on, you know who would be perfect with the Young Bucks?
Who?
Baron Corbin with the
I
broken.
said this. I said a few weeks ago on the Dynamite review, I said, do a segment where they go to a casino, they lose tons of money, whatever, and it shows the person, like they're doing the roulette or whatever, and it shows the person who does win, and it's Corbin. And he just makes a cameo in it and he wins big. I think that would be so funny. And they could do it. He's a free agent. They could do that. And it would just be such a little good video package that would get the internet talking. And I don't think it would like cost them that much to do, really. But Shad, who do you have as your number 7?
Yeah, for my next pick, I have someone that you already had on your list at number 10, Miss Jade Cargill. One of the most dominant superstars in professional wrestling. She just carries herself in this new heel character as such a force to be reckoned with. And she beat a, 300, almost 300 day champion in the manner of minutes. So that instantly skyrockets you to the top of the division, top of the food chain, and one of the most dominant champions in the WWE. So I got Jade Cargill at 7.
Fair enough. I mean, look, at the end of the day, I do agree. I said it. It's the biggest title in women's wrestling. There's no denying it. It is the WWE, the king of this business. Whether you like it or you don't like it, it's the simple fact. And she is the champion who represents the women's division in that. But at the same time, she's just won the title. And of course, she did previously lose to Tiffany Stratton. But she did win in dominant fashion, to your point. So completely understand that pick. But in at number 6, I have a new entry. And I have somebody who I thought was a little bit hard done by to not be on any of our lists, I don't think, last time, but he's going to be on mine now. And that is the IWGP World Heavyweight Champion. That is I can't even remember what title. Does he hold the title in AEW? Yeah, no.
No, he doesn't hold a title.
No,
It's
no,
the
he doesn't.
IWGP. Okada does.
I'm getting confused. There's too many titles on that Don Callis family. But I do have Konosuke Takeshita because, of course, he defeated Zack Sabre Jr. at King of Pro Wrestling last month to win that prize. And he is killing it right now. Yes, he lost in that tag match with Okada, but ultimately that was a tag match. And I'm not really taking tag matches or matches in other gimmick fashions into account when I'm ranking this personally. So Konosuke Takeshita, the new IWGP World Heavyweight Champion, gets my pick in at number 6 and the highest new entry on my list and the final new entry on my list. Number 6 for numero 1 Superfly is Dominic Mysterio. He is still standing by the fact that he thinks he's going to face John Cena at Survivor Series. Cena will be on Raw tomorrow, so who knows? But Clark, who do you have in at number 6?
This is the pick I was least looking forward to making today. I hate to have to do this. The biggest slide on my list from last time, but down 5 spots. I have Becky Lynch. Thanks a lot, AJ Lee. Dang it. And thanks a lot, Maxine Dupree. But yeah, Becky, former number 1 on this list. Slight slide, but still maintains a spot in the top 10, no doubt about it. And just it pains me to have to do that.
Maxine Dupree is really just crushing her stock from a kayfabe perspective. Crushing it.
Right, AJ Lee too, no less. I mean, we've seen her wrestle
I think
once.
that was more than a month ago, wasn't it?
Yeah, but it's still a part of this.
That
it happened
true.
since the last time we made a list.
Well,
Ben.
no, it didn't. No, it didn't.
Yeah, it
That's
did.
why I thought it was crazy at the time you put her on it.
No, she hadn't already lost to AJ yet. We did it the
Had
week
she?
before the match happened. Yeah, Google it. Look it up, Ben. Fact check me on this one.
Well, I'll hold. No, you're wrong, Clark. We actually
No, I'm
did
not.
we did it 2 weeks after.
No.
Just fact checked. Yeah. It's why I thought you guys were crazy for putting her number 1 last time.
Whatever. I don't.
It was
believe it.
biased.
I'll believe it when I
Clearly,
see it.
Becky. Look, we've already seen Becky Lynch is being rated number 1 by all
Make
these.
your own
you know.
list. Jeez.
Becky Lynch is being rated as like the best women's wrestler. It's not just her saying it, Sports Illustrated saying it. I have a new theory. My theory is Becky Lynch is paying off Sports Illustrated. She's paying off Clark. She's paying off Mary to say that she is the best in this business.
crazy.
And she is not.
And this is the guy that
Losing
goes
to
out there
Maxine
and just
Dupree.
goes to bat for Zack Sabre Jr. all the time. Knock it off, Ben. Knock it off.
Ben,
He's not on my list. He lost.
Knock it off. Yeah, thank
Let-
goodness.
Let's not do that. She is the greatest women's wrestler. Of all
Yeah,
time.
and the best in the business right now.
Okay. And Sports Illustrated, salute to SP3 who did write that
I'm going to
article.
tip my cap to Becky
He
Lynch right
did,
now.
but at the same time, I do think Becky Lynch has got him on the payroll. I think Clark's clearly on the payroll. I think maybe you're on the payroll too.
I'm
I think
available, by the
maybe
way,
I
if
am.
there's room on the payroll, I am available. Cash app.
I mean,
whatever.
Tony
Got
Khan has me
Venmo.
on the
the corruption.
apparently I'm on the AEW payroll, so I haven't seen a check clear yet, but it's all good.
Wrestling
Yeah.
Republic is becoming more corrupt than the NBA. But up
I-
next, in at number 6, Clark Shard, who are you going to be picking?
At number 6, I am going to be selecting somebody that you have at your number 6. I'm picking Konosuke Takeshita, the current IWGP champion, and a lot of it is pretty much mirrored to what you're saying. He is on a very, very phenomenal reign right now. The work that he's been doing in New Japan, from what he's did at the G1 to obviously beating ZSJ, he feels it's so weird. He feels like night and day in over there, and he does the AEW. Like, I kind of wish a lot of that glossiness that we see in New Japan, how they've booked him, kind of is in the same of AEW, because I just think that if given the opportunity, he can be the top guy in the company, like over the likes of our current champion, like of Swerve, Ospreay, all of them. He's a one in a lifetime generational talent, but I have him at number 6.
Look, I mean, he is genuinely, I think, one of my favorite wrestlers right now. Over the last few years, well, over the last 18 months specifically, I think he has proved that he is in the best in the world conversation. You spoke about Bandido earlier. Him and Bandido had an absolute classic. Him and Will Ospreay had a classic. He has classic after classic after classic. And now, to your point, he has won the top title in New Japan. But not only that, he didn't just get a title match to win it. He won a tournament to earn that title match and then won it. So he is going to Wrestle Kingdom, and I'm really excited to see what is going to be next for Konosuke Takeshita. But in my top 5, up 5 places, I am picking Saya Kamatani. I'm going to be honest here. She's only had one defense since the last time that we did this list, right? It was a good defense, but the reason why she's really gone up this list is that the 5 below her have all lost titles or just basically been eliminated from this list. So essentially she has moved up just by natural progression because everybody else has gone downhill, and she has stayed steady, she has stayed dominant, she has stayed a double champion. And Saya Kamatani has to be in the conversation for Women's Wrestler of the Year. It is undeniable. So that is my pick in at number 5, up a whole 5 places. But Clark, who are you picking?
I've got a new entry on my list here at number 5, and it's our new World's Heavyweight Champion, CM Punk, Chicago's very own. Makes the list. Wasn't on it last time. We had a different world champion last time, so that makes sense. But he's on the list. He's in at 5. It's a heck of a spot to enter the list, too. He jumped some names, jumped some big names, including Cody Rhodes, the other guy that they took the picture with when it happened.
I'm going to shock you right now, Clark. CM Punk is not on my list.
That's hysterical. Love it.
Yes, he's a world champion. I understand that. It's a big, big prize. He lost multiple matches before that. Loss after loss after loss.
They won a tag match. They won the tag match, though. The big tag match that you fact-checked me on.
Well, that is
Remember?
true.
They
But
won the big
outside
tag
of that, it was loss after loss after loss.
Remember that?
Right now, that world title, all he's done is beaten Jey Uso.
Hey,
That's
there's
it.
an old saying, Ben, for guys my age. Maybe you haven't heard it before, but it's "What have you done for me lately?" And he's done quite a bit of.
He's
things
beaten
of
Jey
importance
Uso and won a
lately.
tag match, which, as I said, I'm not counting.
Boom. No, wait. You can't choose what to count and what not to count. You
can.
be the
I said that in
referee
the
and
intro.
draft.
I said it's up
You're
to
the
you how you want to
referee
weigh it.
And you're drafting. It's ridiculous. But then he beat Becky. Mary, have my back here. This is ridiculous.
Clark, that
Ben
man
just
took
cutting
more
my-
L's than Becky. Mary,
Oh, he beat
fact-checking
Becky.
you
He
again.
literally beat Becky.
Chill, bro. He didn't wrestle Becky.
Well, his wife beat
Seth-
Becky.
AJ Lee carrying. AJ Lee was carrying that match. We have
my
established
goodness.
that.
Well, there was a reason we've only seen AJ Lee wrestle once.
AJ Lee hasn't. AJ Lee hasn't lost the match in 10 years.
Oh, so
You can't say that about many wrestlers.
she's
A
not on-
10-year undefeated
if
streak.
she's not on your list, then Ben, I'm going to be disappointed by that logic. She better be number
She's not.
4.
She's not on the list.
That's what I think.
But Shard, I want to know who's on your list. Who do you have at number 5?
At number 5, I have our current AEW Men's World Champion, cowboy-ish Adam Hangman Page. Look, man, when you were a world champ, you definitely got to make it into the top 5 ranks. But I will preface something real quick. As much as I love Hangman, and he's one of my favorite wrestlers in pro wrestling, if not my favorite wrestler in AEW in totality, I haven't loved a lot of the obstacles. And I know Samoa Joe and the Ops are an obstacle. Them and the Death Riders, it feels a little bit redundant. So that's why he's a little bit lower compared to the other counterparts. But I will not fault him for that. He's definitely a top 5 talent. Being a world champion and holding the world title there. Let me get my dog Hanger.
It's rare I do this, guys. I've got to hold my hand up. I've made a mistake. Big mistake. Full disclosure, I forgot about the existence of Hangman Adam Page.
Oh, now you're like stuck with the top 4. Oh, that's awesome.
Can I retract my number 9?
I'll let you do it.
Let it slide. Just because it means you're taking Dragunov off, and that makes me happy.
Yeah.
It's
If you
actually Jake Cargill I'm taking
else.
off. But
oh wow, that's insane.
Hangman Page is in at number 9 for me because you are right, Shad. He's had a few defenses. He retained against John Moxley.
Right,
he took a few hours before he won the title, but then he retained against John Moxley, retained against Carl Fletcher, and of course retained against Samoa Joe before he turned on him. So Hangman Page has to be on this list.
Since we're doing late changes to the list, can I get Dom and Cody flipped on mine?
No.
I'm kidding. I'm totally kidding.
That is absolutely outrageous. But in a number 4, before I forget anybody else, I have a guy who you just mentioned, Clark, and that is the dirtiest player in the game nowadays, and that is Dominic Mysterio. Because look, Dirty Dom, he retains the belt. He doesn't lose. No matter, he's a double champion. He's the Triple R Mega champion. He's the Intercontinental champion, and he just wins and wins and wins and wins and wins. Yes, it's never clean. Yes, if VAR or any video assistant referee existed, he would not have any of these wins. But the fact is that does not exist in wrestling. So in terms of purely kayfabe, I mean, look, 4 might even be a little harsh, but he is up 1 place from last month for me in at number 4. Clark, who are you going to be taking?
I've got down 2 spots from last time. The man you forgot about, Hangman Adam Page. I almost had forgotten about him too, but he was on my list just at 4. Just at 4. I did the same thing. I had to cross out some names and throw them back on the list. He made my list pre-show, but just while we're being honest, he was on the list pre-show, but I forgot I had him at number 2 last time, and I was like, ooh, wait, no. So I had to shuffle him a little bit late in the show.
I mean, look, at the end of the day, I think it might say a little bit about how they're currently booking Hangman Page, to be honest with you. The fact that we are forgetting
and he
about him
took
a
the loss
bit.
to the Ops. They took the loss to the Ops. That's the
They did. I mean, again, I have said I'm not counting that technically, haven't I? But
count it.
I'll pick and choose. I'll be biased when it comes to it. But in at number 4, Shad, who do you have?
I am going to be selecting. That is you, Ben. That is not me talking.
That's true. That was StreamYard. That was not me. Anyway.
No, you're good. Somebody that you named on the list earlier today, man. The current World of Stardom world champion, the New Japan Women's Strong Champion, and the woman who will be wrestling Shuri at Wrestle Kingdom, Saya Kamatani, man. One of my favorite wrestlers in pro wrestling right now. She is the epitome of aura. She has one of the most, ever since she changed up her look and aligned with hate, she just has one of the dopest aesthetics, one of the best pound for pound women's wrestlers right now. Just the total package and just a dominant force. She is at number 4.
Good pick indeed. Fantastic shout. Fernando agrees as well. Mary says the fact Samoa Joe isn't on this list is actually criminal. He can't be. He's won no major matches and he's lost major matches. Yeah. If anybody had them on the list, it's just false. I
ain't picking nobody who had a poncho in a rainstorm. Forget that guy. He's a bum.
That just automatically affects the stock right there. In at number 3, I mean, I have somebody who is up 3 places on this list. And yes, I'll be honest, when I've said this, I view AEW titles as lesser compared to WWE. I weigh New Japan titles almost on the same level as AEW titles. It's a hot take, but that's the way that I view it personally. But this person is a champion in AEW. But she is not a world champion in AEW. She's just a TBS champion in AEW. But she is also a champion basically everywhere else in the world. She just has title after title after title after title. 13 titles. 13 belt Monet. Mercedes Monet up 3 places in at number 3. Clark, who do you have to kick off your top 3?
You made that really hard to follow because I have no movement. Mercedes Monet at number 3 as well. No doubt the CEO, multiple titles, all of the titles, the TBS champion, all of the wins, all of the accolades, all of the celebrations. Monet deserving the spot at 3. No movement. She did her best and nearly had that second place spot on my list, but not this time. Not so fast, my friends. Stays at number 3.
Fair enough. Right. In at number 3, Shad, who do you have?
At number 3, I have our current Intercontinental Men's Champion and AAA Mega Champion, Dirty Dominic Mysterio, future potential world champion. It will come in the horizon, but Dirty Dom, he's been doing some of the best work in the men's division in WWE this year. He has every tactic, every tool in the books to try to pull out wins. I got him at number 3.
It's not often I do this, guys, but I'm going to have to hold my hands up once again and say I've made a mistake again.
Oh, no. Not two fumbles.
Guys, I'm going to be honest, I've had a long weekend, right? Got some family over from Canada. Clearly, my head is out of the game. I'm going to have to make another change to my list once again. I'm going to have to move Ilya Dragunov back to number 9 because I'm going to have a new number 10, and that new number 10 is going to be my previous number 10 in Jade Cargill, because I don't know what I was thinking, but I did not forget about Hangman Page. He is my number 2.
Your second? Oh, that's amazing. Oh, wait, the double whammy? That's okay. Wait a minute. That's a moment in show history. Like, this must be clipped. That's unbelievable. I've never seen anything like that. You had it the whole time?
Did you not scroll down or something?
That is outstanding.
The worst, okay, I'll show you the list once I've said my number 1. I can't do it yet, but he's always been there, and it's always been right in front of my eyes.
I'm not gonna lie to you, Ben. I'm not even mad. I'm impressed. I think the fans know I'm the biggest airhead of the 3 of us on this show, but for you to make a move like that and just bail me out on all kinds of different things, like from being wrong earlier about when the tag match happened, the mixed tag, like that is you've done this is my late birthday gift. I really appreciate it, Ben. I want you to know that meant the world to me there.
Where is my head gone? What is happening to me? What is happening? But yeah, in at number 2, Hangman Adam Page, up 2 places from last time. Of course, since then he did defeat Samoa Joe. I was trying to justify him at 9 just so I wouldn't have to move too many people around, but realistically he does have to be higher, because this guy, I mean, not only did he end one of the biggest reigns in AEW history in Jon Moxley, but since then he has been dominant. Yes, he lost to the Ops in a trios match, but look, that is the fault of one man and one man only, and that is Hook, because he had a bad back during it. His back gave in.
Don't just take cheap shots at Hook, man. Come on.
It's his fault.
The Hookster fought as hard as he could.
And Eddie Kingston was too busy just doing nothing until the end. And when he tried to act like he was taking all the credit, absolute joke. Absolute jokester, both of them. But who do you have, Clark, in at number 2?
At number 2, I have a new entry. Shocking here, but IWGP World Champion Konosuke Takeshita, absolutely no doubt deserves this spot on the list. I'm stunned I didn't have him on the list last time. A meteoric rise, though. In my eyes, potentially wrestler of the year. We talked about Bandito earlier, but Takeshita's got to be in that conversation too, because this guy just puts on unbelievable matches, and he's carrying a really prestigious title that in my eyes means a lot, just like you said earlier, Ben. I'm in agreement on that. The IWGP title, the value of that does not need to be overlooked, and Takeshita may be a shocking pick here at 2, but I think he's worthy of the spot.
There we have it. I mean, look, I do think personally a little high, but at the end of the day, you can't deny Takeshita, right? He wins, and he won a tournament to get that title shot. He was unlucky to not be in any of our lists last time. It was our one real whiff at that point. But now to be in it, very, very well deserved. But Shad, before we get to the number ones, who's your number two?
Wrestling has more than one royal family. And apparently the Rhodes family is in one of that, man. I got Cody Rhodes at number 2, the current champ in the WWE, the quarterback of WWE. Got a win over at Drew McIntyre. Some say it's cheating. I call it thinking smart. But I got Cody at number 2. I think when you are at the top of the food chain in the WWE with that belt, you got to be in the top 5, top 2. So he's number 2.
Very, very good shout, Shad. And Cody Rhodes is someone who, like I said earlier, 3 losses in 3 years, and those 3 people who beat him, 3 proper losses, I should say, those 3 people who beat him were John Cena, Roman Reigns, and Brock Lesnar. And guess what? He ended up beating all 3 of those. He avenged all 3 of those losses. So right now, there is not a single argument that I can see, that I can understand, that I can process to not put the American Nightmare Cody Rhodes in at number 1, up 1 place from my last list. Only reason things have changed is, of course, Seth Rollins got hurt. And Tiffany Stratton, who was my number 1 last time, well, she obviously lost the title as well. And she was doing brilliant things. She was winning against everybody. But guess what? She lost, and she lost against Jade Quick in a dominant fashion, so much that she got knocked all the way off this list. But Cody Rhodes at this point in time is the only argument that I can see. Yet somehow, Clark, you argue that Cody Rhodes should be at number 8. And I think that is absolutely insane.
No,
so I don't know.
He is at number 8 on my list. I
That's
didn't
what I
have
said.
to argue. No, I didn't even argue. He is at 8 on my list.
I
He's
can't
just at 1 on
stand it.
yours.
It's a disgrace.
Woof. Wait till you hear
It's
this
dreadful.
one.
I don't even want to know who you have at number 1, but I've got to let you say it. Who do you have?
At number 1, I've been really excited to give this pick because if it was medieval times, this woman would be on horseback hacking off heads with weapons you've never even seen. The world has always had dominators. And at number 1, I have the most dominant woman currently going in pro wrestling who finally got the flowers that she truly deserves. One of the biggest stars there is. That new WWE Women's Champion, Jade Cargill. Let's go. Absolutely deserves this spot. She's as dominant as anybody in the game right now. She ended a 300-day title reign against Tiffany Stratton, and I cannot wait to see what she does from here because once it gets rolling, you're not stopping the train that is Jade Cargill. There's no doubt about that.
Clark, we've podcasted together, nearly every day for 1,050 days, like give or take, probably like 900 of those 1,050 days. This list might be your worst list I've ever seen.
It's the best one. Yeah.
It's horrific.
It's perfect.
I mean, it's like if it was in reverse, I actually think, minus Chris Statlander, you'd have a little bit maybe more of a point. But to say Jade Cargill, somebody who wasn't even in your top 10 last month, in one month, has gone from, 50?
Did you see?
That is a joke.
Did you see what happened?
Did you see what happened to Tiffany Stratton 2 months ago?
Did you see what happened to the pound for pound list in the UFC when John Jones beat Shogun for the title? Because guess who was not ranked and then went straight to number 1? When you have talents of the caliber of Jade Cargill, you honor that. There are dominators in this world, just like John Jones. That's what Jade Cargill is. And if she's going to be on the list
2 months prior to that same person.
Yes, technically he lost to Matt Hamill by disqualification, actually, is the answer to your question. It wasn't the same person, but
Jade didn't.
Jade
lost
only
clean,
loss
fair and
of his
square.
career. Whatever. It's neither here nor there. The net of it is they both did take a loss within that time. So that's the reality of the situation anyway. But my point is she deserves this spot. If Jade Cargill is going to be on any list inside of Kayfabe and she just became the WWE Women's Champion, you just said that the WWE Men's title with Cody Rhodes is the most important title in the sport. I believe that it's equal to the WWE Women's title.
Oh, I agree.
And we can have that argument. And I absolutely believe that Jade Cargill winning this title dominantly the way she did over a 300-day champion has not only been overlooked, but underrated. And there's no doubt in my mind, Jade Cargill is number one. She's number one on my list.
I think you can argue anywhere between 10 to 5 for her. I think you can. Especially because she did end up beating Tiffy. But number one, I think, is insane to me. DCX Warlord says this. This list is supposed to be the top 10 wrestlings in kayfabe, not top 10 champions in kayfabe. Look, there are currently... And this is where it depends how you kind of weigh it. Because if you're somebody who believes that WWE is so much above every other promotion, then you could technically do a list and have non-champions from WWE at the top of it, right? Sorry, like 10 or 9. But... it's going to mostly be a champions list. And the reason for that is if you hold a championship in kayfabe, you are the best.
Yeah, I
So
I
they are
value the
hand in
title
hand.
personally on my list. I would back that sentiment up too, Ben. Like even just like
Yeah.
hand up, right? Myself, I value the title wins more than I would necessarily like if there was an undefeated streak going outside of the championship, I would have to weigh that separately, but we don't really have that going right now.
No, exactly. We don't. And again, like you can say maybe we're harsh, me and you, Clark, in terms of when somebody loses a title, we've just got rid of them month on month.
Yep.
But even still, like there's so many titles in wrestling right now, probably too many titles, that I do think it makes sense. But Shad, I want to know who you have in at number one.
The person that I have number one is the current AEW TBS champion, the current CMLL Women's Champion, the current Rev Pro undisputed British Women's and Queen of South Champion, the current European Wrestling Associate Champion, the current Chaotic Wrestling Women's Champion, the current Primetime Wrestling Women's Champion, the current Bestia Women's Champion, the current Discovery Wrestling Scottish Women's Champion, the current Body Slam Women's Champion, the Owen Cup winner, the interim ROH Women's Champion, the Winnipeg Pro Wrestling Women's Champion, potentially the APAC Women's Champion coming up in the House of Glory show coming up. Titles don't matter. Too many titles. Yes, they do. And they matter when you are the CEO. Number one is Mercedes Moné. That is the only correct answer. That is the only person that should be one on anyone's list. And for anybody in the comments that wants to challenge my list, hate on my list, I got 2 words for you. Do better.
Do better.
I love it. Dude, that literally sounded like a prime Tiger Woods first tee intro there. Just like the defending champion of all the titles. That was outstanding. I'm with
Thing
you.
is,
I'm disappointed I didn't move Monet up higher now.
I mean, I said it in the intro. It's up to you how you want to weigh titles. It really is. And
They weighing a lot
difficult
when you got
when
so many of them, buddy.
that's the thing. Like, I'd love to beat you and be like, oh, those titles all mean nothing, so it doesn't mean anything. But at the same time, it's 13 belts, and we're talking in kayfabe, right? So I mean, you can't deny there's an argument for her being number one. You can't argue it.
I'm in agreement. I'm actually a little disappointed in myself for leaving her at 3 on the cutting room floor there a little bit. Because I just love the argument there. That intro was perfect, Shad. Like, it literally sounded like prime Tiger Woods. That's what he used to be on the first tee. Like, now driving the former U.S. Open champion, Masters champion, like every tournament. Like,
hey, Mercedes, clip that up, post it on your IG tag.
Yeah, that was outstanding.
I'll tell Tony to call me. I will do the ring announcer for you. We good, man.
Oh my gosh, Donnie De Silva. Don't forget to mention all the belts for all the companies who are all begging for her to come back and defend, and she's ignoring their messages.
Donald, you have a wrestling promotion. Don't make her come over there and take that belt too, buddy. Don't make her take your belt next.
Don't let her take that belt as well.
I've spoken to 2 of the 3. I don't know if it's 13 different companies technically. I think it's 11 different companies technically. But I've spoken to 2 promoters, right, who she's champion of, and both of them have said that she's been brilliant with it. And they don't go through her; they go through her agent, but who checks with AW or whatever too. But they've all said, denied claims that there's been any issues. So I don't know. Maybe others are, because like I said, I've only spoken to 2, but the 2 I've spoken to have denied the rumors going around online about it. So look, At the end of the day, as far as I'm concerned, Monet is making their Monet. So that is where we will leave today's show. Thank you, Shad. Thank you, Clark. And make sure to check out the Wrestling Republic podcast with us three tomorrow at, what time does it come out? 3 p.m. UK. That's 10 a.m. Eastern, 7 a.m. Pacific. We will see you guys then. Peace.